Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how you actually get good at doing outbound and inbound, and what's the difference like really with inbound and how you like the best kind of niches and with ads and all this. I'm going to tell you all the secrets that I've found over the last couple of years of working with this. All right, I'll take these glasses off because I don't need them. All right, and if you don't know me, my name is Christian, and well, I've built a big business with my seven-figure business with my business partner Miguel, and we are helping coaches really complete their client acquisition. Yeah, that's what I do. Doesn't matter. Let's get into the good stuff. So the things I'm going to talk about today, there's really three things that I want to cover. Is I don't want to talk a lot about inbound today. That's for another day. We're going to talk about outbound and paid ads and what works best when, where, what, how. What's best for B2B, what's best for B2C, what's best in this kind of niche, what's best in this kind of niche. Because it's really important to understand this. And for me, myself, I'm in the B2B niche. And if I just quickly go through some of the rules or some of the things that I found to be, when something random happens, when a random outcome happens over a long amount of time and it's the same outcome, it tends to be the truth. And what I've found with both working with a lot of coaches who are in different niche, both B2B and B2C, is that the same things turn to be out what works for the kind of people, right? And what I do for my clients just quickly is that I give them a full content strategy and I help them with ads and all this good stuff. And also do some automation. And what I found, I really cover the whole plethora, right, of everything that you should be doing for people, mean that I get really good data on what works for what niches. And I have worked both myself and all the clients that I have, and also people that I know, what works for them. So I've gained a lot of knowledge. I would say not as not smart. I'm just saying that I know a bit on what actually works, what kind of niche, and what I've seen works. Not that it will work for you, but just what I've seen and observed over the last couple of years of doing this. All right. And let's just start with B2B, or let's just start with the different kind of things that there is. So what I see is that there's paid ads and there's outbound, and there's different kinds of outbound. There's email and there's the DMs. There's more, but let's just keep it simple. And then there's inbound, which is content. And what you tend to find that works really well for B2C is content with inbound strategies, and then also doing paid ads. Especially if you're doing paid ads on, let's say, Facebook, Instagram, especially Instagram, tends to work really great in the B2C niche. Whereas in the B2B niche, where you're targeting business owners, high level people who don't have, I say this, but they not as much on Instagram, Facebook. They don't have time to watch a lot of content because they're working, right? They're business owners, they're entrepreneurs. I mean, I myself, I know a lot of the people. I delete these shitty ads from my phone, and I close them down and block them on my computer so I can't use them. And what you find really is that when you want to get in touch with someone who's a B2B, like a business owner, CEO, founder, manager, you want to contact them like directly, either through email or through DMs on Instagram or Facebook, LinkedIn, and maybe not so much Instagram. It does work. I found it to work, but just like not a lot of fluff, like because they know what an ad is, they know what you're going to do with your inbound. They know a lot of this, so not that it's impossible, it's just easy, especially when you're starting out and don't have a lot of authority. Because a lot of people, you must think when you're doing B2B, you have like 20, 30 competitors doing the same thing. Now, I usually don't worry a lot about my competitors, but I'm not, ignorant. I know that what they are, and you need to break through the noise and have something that establishes you as an authority on what you do and makes you stand out from everything else. If you don't, right, you're just going to be like the 20 other people who messaged this guy today. You need to break through the noise, right? Do something different, do something better, or actually have some proof of what you're doing is true. And when you're doing all of the things, doing something different, doing something better, and having proof of what you're doing is good, then it starts to become fun. But you don't have that when you're starting out. And what you find really is that people who have, you know, not really anything. No marketing background, no nothing really. They just send an email and a DM because they do what everybody else does. And it tends that some things get saturated because someone seeing the same email with the same question text or subject text and then the same body copy. It's, the brain just recognizes it and sees, oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Delete, 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 block, 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 block. That's how it works, right? That's why, like in email copy today, we don't use a lot like marketing or agency or Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads. You don't use these because everybody has seen them so many times and probably have bad experiences with them as well. Meaning that you can't really get anything from it, or you can. It's just a lot harder. So you can frame it in another way, saying the same thing basically, but just in another way that resonates more with the market that you're trying to reach. And this is really true when doing cold, like email and all this. This is really true in doing it to business owners because they've experienced it in the past. They have a lot of experience with other people trying to reach out, trying to get a hold of them, blah blah blah. All of this. Now it's different when it comes to B2C. I remember the first time, right, when I bought a program. He was, bought it from a guy, and it was an ad. I got caught by an ad, and I didn't know anything like the call to actions, the copy, why he said that, which made me convert into a client, actually made me get on that call. A lot of the things which he said, I didn't even notice myself, and just got pulled in, per se. Even with the second program that I bought when I wasn't that experienced, I didn't really get what I wanted from it, or I didn't get why it worked on me as well as it did because I didn't know. Now I do know, or I know why I did back then, but I'm sure I'm going to get caught someday in the future as well, the day that I tend to look at Facebook, which will be a minute. Aside from that, right, B2C, you're working with someone who doesn't have knowledge in what you're doing. They don't have knowledge in copy, they don't have knowledge in ads, not how to write script to be persuasive. A lot of people, and there's like 95, 99% of all people are not business owners. I mean, they're not high achieving people as a business owners are. And that's wrong. I framed that wrong. You can be high achiever, not being a business owner. But business owners are, they get exposed to all this. They learn a lot of stuff, whereas someone who's doing something, they're just good at one thing, right? And what you find is that these business owners, they know what you're doing. They know what you're doing, and if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're not going to break through that noise. You're just going to in the spam folder. That depends, but so what you really want to do is when reaching out to a business owner and break through the noise, do something different that they're not used to seeing. When it comes to B2C, I'm went a little bit of an off-road here, but when it comes to B2C or business to customer, right? They don't know what you're trying to do. They don't know the psychology, the marketing tricks, all this. They don't know it. I mean, when I first started out and started doing a lot of copy and learning to do copy myself and copywriting, and generally just writing good campaigns and ads, both for email and for DMs and ads. What I found is that when I look around now and see like, oh, there's a picture there with some text. Oh, that's marketing. Oh, that's pretty smart actually. That's why they do it. I shifted my perspective, and because before I didn't know why they used the words that they did, highlighted the words that they did, where they did them, but now I know. Like I know why they do what they do, and my eyes just like shift, they whoop shifted like, and now I see things in a different way. So sometimes when you see like a big banner, right, there's some text and blah blah blah, trying and you maybe buy something, or maybe the McDonald's logo, or why the things in the menu on the McDonald's logo is framed the way that it is. Sorry, the food on the McDonald's menu is put in the order that it is. The way things are put out and way things are perceived on like a menu card or like where you pick the food, why they're positioned, why they're colored, why they've done it in the way that they have done it, use the pricing that they have. You tend to start to see why. You see why they're doing it, why it works, and you get really exposed to this kind of marketing, like because it is all just human psychology that we're using and using inbuilt cognitive unconscious behaviors, or just unconscious behaviors really, that are human nature, basically, that are all humans acting from emotions which we can't really control. And that's what you want to do with marketing. And I say that this only works like with B2C. It doesn't. It also does work with B2B. It's just a bit different, and you have to be a bit more creative, and also innovative. You need to be innovative when you're actually doing B2B marketing. So what you find really is, for B2B, what you find to work the best is, direct messages or direct email, just getting straight to the point. Also ads does work, but they usually get a lot higher price per call, as we say, than the B2C. Whereas when you're using a B2C, right, when you're wanting to reach a customer who's not, he doesn't know why you're doing what you're doing, like a business owner does, then doing ads is really effective. Doing content is really effective. Doing campaigns is really effective. When doing email, not effective. When doing, cold DMs, not that effective, because it's a lot easier to relate to a business owner's problem, because a lot of business owners are aware that they have a problem, and it's a lot easier to market to them, to that problem, in an email or DM, because you're directly hitting their pain point. And if you know your niche well, you know exactly what to shoot after and exactly what to exploit, right? You know what works because you know they have this problem. I know, like, my niche, for example, coaches, they're struggling. They need time, they need client acquisition, and the scalability. That's like one of the main factors. But especially like just getting clients, marketing, and actually just running a business. You find a lot of coaches are just coaches, not business owners. So I know that what I have to target, I need, when I say this, I need to solve, okay, they need to solve this, this, and this problem. I'll put that in my copy, and I'll frame it in a way that makes them feel secure, like a guarantee. And then it works. And it usually, not usually, that does work. I book a lot of meetings from that, especially cold email I found to work really well. So yeah, so you need to understand your niche really, especially when you're doing B2B, and also when you're doing B2C, because it's the same thing when trying to hit emotions. Not a lot of people have control over their emotions, and the people that do are probably not people in your niche or people that you can help anyway, because those who have complete control over their emotions and complete emotional control tend to be really good at whatever they're doing, because they make rational decisions and actually makes decisions not based on emotions. Which, when you're doing a B2C with someone who's just doing a day job and doesn't know anything about business, and does a lot of irrational decisions because of emotions. And this, you know, I don't know, remember the statistics, but I think like women from the age of 30 to 40, or 40 to 50, I can't remember, they spend like billions of dollars a day just to, like, on irrational decisions, like on things that they don't really need, or there's really no reason for them to buy, but they spend them anyway. Um, and what you need to understand is that there's an opportunity for you here when you're doing B2C. You have a chance to go in and do that kind of, not do the marketing, but do your own marketing and frame it in a way that resonates with the audience. And a lot of people, they just spend, like when it's B2C, they just spend because they like to and they think they can improve their life. This also depends a lot on your price point. If you're selling a low tier product for like 100 to $500, you can sell that without a sales call done right, because a lot of people do have that kind of money lying around. And if you can frame it the right way, then easy to sell. But if you're doing like a more high tier, like $5,000, $10,000, then it becomes a little bit harder to sell them directly. It is possible, but it's harder. You need to know your niche. Not that it's impossible, but it is harder. So what you want to do in this case is get them on a sales call. And then, when you're doing B2B, your volume goes down. You're not going to see as many people, you're not going to see as many sales calls, and you're not going to get as many sales because you're having a higher offer rate. So yeah, I think that's actually, pretty much. I know it was a little bit hectic in the way I ran about things in this video, but just like a general sum up, if you want to hit B2C, do content and do ads. If you want to hit B2B, do cold and do ads, because you can target ads. And remember, when you're doing B2B, the cost per call, or the cost per sale, you could also say, is going to be a lot higher, but your prices is also a lot higher. When you're doing B2C, price per call is a lot cheaper, but your price per but your product is also a lot cheaper. That was what I was trying to say. And then doing inbound, because a lot of people spend time watching Instagram, Facebook, blah, blah. I think like Facebook has 2.5 billion daily users, so there's enough eyeballs, and people sit through like 100 of these reels a day, meaning that like there's probably like 1 trillion views on TikTok or on these small reels every single day. So there's enough out there for you to get some views. Okay. If you think that wall is abundant, there's enough. Don't worry about it. Now, the thing about when it comes to B2B, the niche is not as big and there's not as many business owners. There are a lot, don't get me wrong, there's a whole shit ton. But the kind of niches that you're in B2B, there's going to be like 30 or 50,000 of them in the world. When the countries like the US and the UK, Europe, with people who actually have the capital to buy a more expensive product. So yeah, and that's basically it for this video. If you want to know a little bit more, I don't have like a direct copy that you can use for emails or script. I could give you something, but they will just saturate it, so it's stupid. So you need to be a little bit more innovative with the actual kind of copy that you're using. But if you want to get some help with this and looking for some help with this, you can check out the link in my description. It's full transparency, it's just a sales funnel to get you on an actual call with one of my sales rep to close you in and help you get some insane results. But it's only if you really want to. To be honest, I don't really give a shite. So yeah, and I think that's actually everything for this video. I know it was a little bit chaotic, this one. Also for me, I was rambling a bit. Doesn't matter. See you in another video, and hopefully you like and subscribe, because why not. Bye bye.